morning! So we're back with a new vlog, and today we're gonna do my first ever write-a-thon. So here's the thing. It's now, I think it's August 7th. Today's August 7th and it's 7:50 in the morning, and we're gonna do a 6-hour write-a-thon. Did I say that right? Yeah. We're gonna do a 6-hour write-a-thon. That's clearer. So, now, how do I plan to do that 6 hours, you might ask? And also, you might also be thinking, and 6 hours, that's nothing. That's not even the full 9 to 5 office hour kind of job. Right? But, I chose 6 hours for my first write-a-thon because it's my first time. I want to start slow, and then again, since it's only 6 hours, instead of working from, let's say, 8 o'clock in the morning until 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 2 in the afternoon, instead of doing that, I will write for a total of 6 hours today. I don't know how long that's going to take me. And that's the plan. Basically, that's the main goal. To write for a total of 6 hours today. And hopefully, finish this vlog, accomplish that, and then finish this vlog, including the outro for this vlog, all before my husband comes home from work. I don't know if that's actually possible. So, I'm thinking that the best plan of action, my battle plan for today is to start off strong. So, I'm gonna do 1 hour sprints, maybe for 3 or 4 hours. Because by the afternoon, I'd have to start preparing for dinner. That's gonna cut into my available time. So we'll see. It's now 7:56 and I'm just going to take out the chicken from the fridge to thaw it for tonight's dinner. And then we're gonna start on our first sprint. So I'll see you guys in a few. Yesterday, I'm sorry. Let's see that there. Okay, so yesterday I managed to start on the outline for chapter 35. I'm not sure, hold on. Chapter 35, yes. So I started that. I managed to get 1,726 words, including the brainstorming little bullet point outline words and some for the first draft style of my outlining process for this draft. We're going to continue from that, and it's now 8:05. Oops, I forgot to mention to you guys. Let me put you down real quick and then we can talk better with my hands. So, I forgot to mention that yesterday I made a table. Was it yesterday or the night before? Anyways, so I made a little table here with, can you see that? With the sprint time, sprint number, the time for each sprint, and how many words, and my mood for that sprint, as well as which chapter I was working on at the time. So we'll track the progress, my progress for that. using this. I haven't really tracked my word count since June. Usually when I write, if I can't log my sprint word counts for each sprint, every time I do a sprint, after every sprint basically, I at least would write down my total word count for the day. I haven't done that since June, so I don't know actually how much I've written in the past 2 months, almost 3. Hopefully, my Scrivener word history is reliable enough to at least, get in the ballpark of that. And yeah, it's not a problem right now. I'm procrastinating by talking about this. So let's just get on. Oh, also, I was usually when I do sprints, I use the Forest app, but since I film on my phone, I usually use the one in my iPad, but somehow it's not updating, and so I can't use it from my iPad. So instead, we're going to use this one. So there's a timer. I did a custom one for 60 minutes, and the short rest basically is around 10 minutes, and the long rest, just in case I need it for when I take Ein out, dry him up because of the rain, then I have the long rest for about 20 minutes. So I'm going to for a second look for an ambient channel. Okay, so let's start our first sprint. First sprint is done, and yes, I had what do you call this? Harder time getting to focus, probably because first time I started writing today and my brain wasn't engaged yet. Acceptable, right? But I still managed 470 words, which usually is not a lot of words for me, especially for an hour of focus time. So, okay, sprint number 1 is for 1 hour. Word count, 470 words. Mood was meh. How do I do that? Am I gonna make a face? Am I just gonna write meh? Yeah, we're gonna write meh. Meh. Chapter 35. Chapter 35's outline. Okay, so yeah, it was a slow start, and also I had to take a few minutes here and there to actually read what I have in some chapters from the earlier part of the book, especially since they're supposed to be going over the evidence that they have against my poor vampire boy, and instead of writing all that again, which is basically redundant, I'm basically trying to remember what I have that was stated in that earlier chapter so I can read it again, and then put myself into Marcus' POV's shoes and see how he's gonna react seeing those evidence, because it's his POV for this chapter. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I have 6 minutes and 14 seconds left in my rest timer. I don't know how to put it into long rest. It just automatically went into the regular rest timer, but that's where we're at right now. So I'm gonna go stretch out for a bit, and then I'm gonna go back for our next sprint. Crazy hair don't care, and now we're back for our second sprint. I got my coffee back to being hot, and now let's go. Can you see that? Yep. So yeah, that's our second sprint done with, let's see how many words this time. I felt better this time compared to the first sprint. 885 words, which not bad, right? Compared to barely half of that during the first sprint. So let me write that down real quick. And then get the highlights off in case I accidentally delete it. Okay, so second sprint is another hour, and definitely better mood, and still chapter 35's outline. So excuse me. So that's what we got, and I have 8 minutes left in my rest time, so I'm gonna go stretch, take the popper out to go potty again, warm up my coffee, and then I'm jumping back into writing for the third sprint of the day. Hopefully finish at least half of the 6 hours by then. And then I'll see you guys at that point again. Okay, so that marks the end of my third sprint. I'm feeling like I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, so let me note down my third sprint data real quick while we're talking. So sprint number 3 is another hour, and I have, I don't know how many words. Okay, I have 712 plus, hold on, 712 plus 124 words, because I needed to write down, basically brainstorm what they now know, evidence wise, as well as testimony, interview information wise, at this point with regards to the external / mystery plot. So yeah, now how did I felt during that? hour. Better than the first sprint, but not as good as the second sprint. So I'm in just the middle. Not meh, not good. So just neutral. But now I am definitely feeling the strain of doing our 3 back-to-back hour-long focus times. And I have a feeling that I would have to shorten that up for my next sprints. That's a lot of words already. I want to be done. Okay, so I have 3 hours out of the 6. I need to do 3 more hours. So I can try 30-minute intervals or 30-minute Pomodoro sprints this time. Obviously, that's gonna take longer, and there's a very big chance that I'm not gonna finish this vlog today. So if that so happens, I'm gonna finish all the writing today. The 6 hours are all gonna get done today, but the outro will be filmed tomorrow. Because I'm not gonna film like this, talking to you guys while my husband is home. I'm still shy about it. So, there's that. Also, the way that this is going right now here at where I'm at, by the end of where I'm at right now currently, I have a feeling that I have to change that. Like, there's some friction going on here between 2 characters that I didn't plan for. I could change it. I could change that with just 1 sentence further up in the chapter. But I don't know if I want to ride this little mini conflict. But I kind of like it. I kind of like the reasoning, possible reasoning behind it. Because it's totally in character too. So I might continue on with the way that was going. I'm keeping that conflict. I am keeping that conflict. So yeah, that's going to be what I'm gonna work on for the next sprint. For right now, it's now 12:15 in the afternoon. I'm gonna go stretch because my shoulder is already starting to hurt, and maybe warm up another cup of coffee, or maybe properly finish this time a cup of coffee before I get back for my next sprint. Okay, so I'm back for the 3rd sprint. A little farther. There you go. I'm back for the 3rd sprint. I'm a bit cold, but the bottom of my rope got wet outside because it was raining hard earlier. Anyway, so 3rd sprint, I'm planning on doing a 30-minute one for the meantime, and I will extend that to possibly 45 minutes depending on how I feel by the end of the 30-minute mark. So I guess we'll see. It's now 12:43 and 3rd sprint is about to start. There's our timer. And so that marked off our 4th sprint for the day. I don't know why I'm putting this on. Anyway, so let me log the data on that. Sprint number 4. I didn't want to paused the timer and I was feeling okay while writing after the basically 40-minute mark. So I just went on to finish that, and that was the timer that you just heard. So that's an hour. That's 4 hours for today. I wanna be done. I wanna be done. I wanna be done, but not yet. So that's 767 words. And while I was in the middle of the sprint, I don't feel bad. Actually, I finished the outline. Well, the first draft version of the first draft version of this chapter. So yeah, there's that. I wasn't feeling good because my back's hurting. My back is hurting. So I'm sticking with neutral. I don't feel meh because I got a lot of words down during that time. Even though my back's starting to be painful. That's fine, I guess. What's a little pain while you're drafting, right? So yeah, I'll stick with neutral when it comes to the mood. It's not even a mood. Is that something? Anyway, so yeah, then chapter 35 outline, and I finished that. So I still have 2 more hours for today. Yeah, this is the last sprint that I will do that's an hour long. So basically I have 4 more 30-minute sprints. But I need a longer rest. I need a longer rest. So I'm gonna start back with writing again, maybe later. It's now 1:49. It's now 1:49, so I'll take a 20-minute rest. No, because I need to start cooking. But I need to do the dishes first before I start cooking. Yeah, don't judge me. I don't do dishes at night. Stop judging me. I'm judging myself already as it is. So I need to do the dishes real quick and then I can start dinner. I'm making chicken enchiladas tonight with queso sauce. We're excited about that, but that shouldn't take long. That shouldn't take long. Still chores. So I guess I can yeah, I'll start back. I'm gonna take a 30-minute break. I'm gonna start back it again around 2:30 and then do 1 30-minute sprint, and then after that I'll focus on my kitchen tasks. And then in the middle of cooking, while I'm cooking, like especially when the chickens are cooking, while I'm boiling that, I can do another sprint. I just had to make sure that I'm paying attention so that doesn't overflow. And then while it's baking in the oven, I can also do another sprint. So that's already an hour that I can do those two. Okay, and then maybe I can do another 2 30-minute sprints after dinner. So, okay, so that's the plan. I'll see you guys on the next sprint.
It's 7 o'clock at night and I'm still cooking. I'm still not done.
I swear to God, I filmed an outro for this vlog, but when I started editing, I realized, I discovered that, hold on, let me put you somewhere stable like that. Okay. So, I discovered that the clip was not good. Like, I was filming using the rear camera of my phone, so I didn't know how it was turning out, and I don't know why it crapped out. Like, it's not focused on anything, so everything's blurry. Like, there's a haze layered on top of the entire clip. So I've decided instead to refilm that clip now that I have the energy to get back into making videos again. So let's talk about how everything ended for me the night of that last clip. So, how do I say it? The last time I sat down to actually explain what my plan is going forward during the day, I said that I would see you guys in the next sprint, which didn't happen because my husband came home and then we decided to hang out. And while we're hanging out, I'm just, stretching my back because my back was super painful, and this was before I started working on the goddamn chickens. Yeah, those chickens did me in. Anyway, so my back was hurting so bad, so I decided to just lay down on the couch while we're hanging out, and then, working on the chicken in the kitchen at the same time. So I was multitasking. And then, it just ran away from me. I didn't even try chasing it. I let it run away because, my back was painful. And then on top of that pain, once I started pulling out the chicken, because it's time to shred it, it took me about an hour and a half to finish the entire damn thing. And at that point, my 2 fingers on this side and this finger on my right hand, they're painful. It felt like I have early onset arthritis. So on top of that finger pains, my back got more painful from all the standing I did. I don't know why I didn't sit down. It's just I thought it's gonna be quick, and then I was just standing there, and I started doing it that way and just ended up going through it. So ended up having more back pain on top of that. So yes, that dinner was supposed to be like a quick make dinner, but it didn't ended up being quick for me. It wasn't quick for me. So we had dinner, and by the time we finished all that, I was in so much pain. And the time after dinner, I think we managed to have dinner around 8 o'clock. And at that point, it's time to head to bed like an hour and a half later. So yeah, I didn't have the energy to finish the challenge. I failed the challenge. I was when I was editing the video, and before I decided to refilm this clip, I was even thinking of scrapping the whole thing and just maybe trying it again some other time. But I wanted to be transparent in this channel, wherein I show you the failures and the actual journey that it took for me to get from here to being an indie author someday. So I decided, you know what? Yeah, I failed. Yeah, it wasn't a great conclusion for the challenge. And still, it's the truth. It's life. It's what happened. So yeah. And the reason for how horrible that experience had been, At least one of the reason probably is because the day after when I filmed the first outro for this vlog, Aunt Flo came, and yeah, I think my body was just not cooperating well at the time, and that challenge, that vlog, ended up causing me to not want to work about anything for the next week after that, for the week, during the week after that actual vlog was filmed. An entire week after that vlog was filmed. So yeah, I didn't want to sit on my desk. I didn't want to work on my book. I didn't even want to sit down to edit the video, the vlog. I didn't want to deal with anything but to just take a rest, binge watch more animes, and yeah, that's what happened. You wouldn't have known that little bit if I didn't have to refilm this clip. But yeah, so I failed the 6-hour writing challenge that I set for myself, and I'm okay with it because I've learned a few things about myself, namely that I shouldn't film a writing challenge when I'm close to, getting my monthly Aunt Flo visit, and that I shouldn't do any writing challenges when I have to make dinner from scratch. So yeah, that's the moral of the story. That's the moral of that vlog. That's something I learned. So it wasn't really a big failure. It's a failure in the challenge and the experiment, but it's not a failure in life. I still got some words down, Also, speaking of words down, I was during the week during the week after the vlog, I even started contemplating why I only managed to write down those words when I did 4 hours of focused work in 1 hour interval. When just last week, it's now 2 weeks after that vlog, by the way. So the week after that, I didn't do anything. And then the week after that, which is last week for me right now, I didn't film anything, but I was writing the entire week. I wrote more than 9,000 words during the entire week, and I was writing 2,000 something words every day from, the morning, like 8-9 o'clock in the morning until 12:30 at noon, and I was doing fine. No pain, no nothing, no motivational crashes. It wasn't hard. So I think maybe it's just the timing where I was in my phase at the time. My body and my hormones just wasn't having it, and I don't track those. I don't track that shit. So it's when I do something like what I did in this vlog, I get surprised by how it affects me. So maybe that's something I should start figuring out or paying more attention to. But anyways, this is where I leave you guys. This is where I leave you for today. So if you like this crazy vlog, please hit the like button. And if you're liking my vlogs and videos so far, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you can get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you again for giving me this time, for hanging out with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you again in the next one. Bye!